What is going on, folks? I've had some people, if you look at my other videos, I'm dirty. I just got done mowing all day. Request a video of chainsaw review. Now, a lot of you don't know, I love chainsaws. I play with them all the time. I have several more than this, of course. You've seen them in old videos. I think you've seen them all. Go to one of my old videos. But these are the ones I got here. And I have no complaints over any of them. First, we have a Husqvarna 240. That thing has been discontinued. I bought it brand new for a 240 Mach 2 or something close to them numbers. 120 Mach 2. Something of that nature. I love that chainsaw. I have no complaints with it. I haven't used it that much. I've cut a lot with it, just not many days worth. Then you have an Echo CS 450P. Now it's an older Echo. I think it's 45cc with a 20-inch bar. I recently put a full chisel chain on it. It's no skip tooth. That's right, hardcore, strong chain. It chips like a boss. It's just 20-inch bars, a little bit much for that chainsaw. So I'm planning on getting an 18. I like full chisels. That skip tooth's all right. I mean, it's, skip tooth and safety chains are more safe like this. That come on this one. See how it skips instead of a teeth every skip chain. If you want to know more about chainsaws, go to August Hunnicky. He's my spirit animal when it comes to chainsaws. Now, next is what you call an arborist saw. It's a Stihl MS-193T. It's got some spider webs on it and stuff because it sits in the garage, but I do use it. I use it often. It's got a little bar and chain on it because I wanted it. It comes with a 12 or 16. And I opted for the 12, so it's got a little bitty sucker on it, because that's what I wanted. I wanted it to hold it in my hand and cut small things. So it comes with a 16, I think, and they just asked me at the dealer, and they was like, which one you want? I said, I want the 12. Fantastic saw, no complaints yet. It is not the legendary, 240 or whatever Stihl, 220, I forgot what it is. Arborist saw, full commercial. But for somebody that ain't full commercial chainsaw or arborist, it does great. No problem. I have no complaints with none of them so far. And then my favorite. To me, it's a big deal, like a big saw and stuff. To like if you're a chainsaw guy, they call these all clamshells. They can keep people so. It's got a depression. A compression release on it. It's a Husqvarna 455 Rancher. It has so much power. It's disgusting. I've put many chains on this. It's went through many. The bar has run good. I keep the bar greased. It's a greasable bar on the end. And I love it. No complaints. I did have to buy a new cover right here. This fouled up. So this is brand new actually. I know it don't look brand new, but that is brand freaking new. I haven't even cut nothing with it. I just got it sitting over in the freaking dirt so it don't look new. But you can tell it's brand new. Other than that, no problems. That's normal for a chainsaw. That thing's got many hours on that Husqvarna Rancher 455. I've never changed a spark. I haven't took the air filter and cleaned it. I've been meaning to clean the air filters on these things, but I don't do it. Well, I did the Echo. Not done it on this 193. And my favorite chainsaw in the world is the Husqvarna 525 PT5S. And it's an extended reach post saw. So you just turn that and it comes out like forever in 2 days. It's actually ridiculous how, if I can do this with one hand. Not that far. Make sure I get it all. There. Now, 12-inch bar and chain. I use the good Husqvarna ones. I mean, that is crazy. Did you see that? Did you see how long that chainsaw is? Or post saw? I mean, that is ridiculous. Even on a GoPro squishes it, you can still tell how long it is. Love that thing. Now, when you put a new chain, this is a new chain right here. After you use it, you always have to tighten up the chain if you know anything about chainsaws. Hold on a minute. I don't want to do this later. I want to lock it back up. So that's why this one's loose on the Echo. I felt some giant trees the other day, and the old lady was like, why didn't you record all this? Because my head is not a YouTube head. I don't have a YouTuber mentality. Everything in my life doesn't have to be filmed. I'm very satisfied with just living in the moment. I need to do better, yes. I've got some excavator footage. I do have some footage. I knocked over a barn and didn't show it with the excavator the other day. I've done all kinds of stuff. I just don't show it. I need to. Alrighty, so I hate review videos sometimes because everybody's, what's the best brand? Heck if I know. Husqvarna's legendary in chainsaws. So is Stihl. Echo's probably the newest kid on the block, but you know how many problems I've had with that? Echo has me a fan of their chainsaws. I'm not as big a fan. I love their chainsaws and backpack blowers. These are my two favorite things Echo makes. I think they're both perfect. Oh, Dad sneezed after mowing all day. Yes, I just got done mowing. That's why you hear the engine on the walk behind popping. Anyway, I recommend that one. I recommend that one, that one, and that one. I have no complaints. I don't have enough variance and enough experience, in my opinion. Like, anybody can make these videos. I have used these for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. I'm talking, I've done major jobs. Big jobs, too, like substantial. But in my head, when I watch people like August Hunnicky that does it every day, all day for 20 years, I don't consider myself knowledgeable enough to do a proper review on these, so here I am doing it anyway. The Echo has almost no vibration. Their chainsaw's so much better than their weed eaters, I'm telling you what. So much better. That Husqvarna right there, 240, it's light, so that's a limbing saw is what I call it. It's not, it'll take down, you know, a couple inch, 6-inch trees and under and over a little bit, but you have to pick at it. And the 193, you use one hand, like if you're climbing or in a lift. That thing is brilliant. I've showed it on YouTube before many times. You have to go back mode channels. And my tree fellers right there. But again, the other day I took the Echo and that, and where I bought a brand new chain. I bought that chain off eBay for like 13 bucks. Oh my God, that's the best chain I think I've had. I think it's an off-brand. That full chisel chain. I was like, oh my God, this chain is $13. Husqvarna and Stihl both have great chains, by the way. Echo chains are pretty good. They're not as good as Stihl, and Husqvarna is pretty much dominant, but Echo, you make good stuff. Yeah, that's a good chain. I have no complaints, seriously. I mean, none of them, a lot of them has things to be desired, like their lines, you know, to aim your tree to fell it right there across. You can't hardly see them on that. You see those two little lines. And the Husqvarna's got it all the way around, but they need to pinstripe those or something, you know, so you can see better when you're felling a tree. That sight line's probably the best on all of them. This one's light, no As you can see, check it out. See that spring at the bottom? This Stihl's fantastic. It's got a little loop to hang it on your umbilical. The Husqvarna has almost no, man, these Husqvarnas start better than any of them. The Echo's right behind it, and the Stihl's chainsaws, for whatever reason. The few I have, I'm not going to speak on the real high-end commercial ones, but I don't have real high-end commercial Husqvarnas neither, and they start instantly. Boom, 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 and you can hear that awesome little whine on them. And the post saw, it'll crank 2 or 3 pulls. Every time, usually 2. Sometimes 1. It's got the anti-vibe handle like my 525. All it is a 525 weed eater with a giant post saw on it. That's the most expensive one here. Them things are like $700, I think. This is like $550, $359, $359, $4, somewhere through there. You know, and then tax on top of all this. I forgot. $150 maybe, $159, $179. The tag said if you watch old video, $179 for that. All right, that I don't know. Yeah, so they're not cheap. I do have Poland chainsaws. Husqvarna owns them, and I don't know why they make them so cheap. But it's usually carb issues, so Poland's not too bad if you know what you're doing with the carb. That's a fact. They ship this crap around the world, and nobody knows how to adjust the carb, and they get butthurt because they have no intelligence about elevation, temperature, and everything of your current conditions. They don't even know how to take apart a 2-stroke carburetor, and they don't understand. Don't even understand that the weather plays 100% into 2-stroke engines. That's just the way it is. Everybody that knows anything knows that. That's why I said they're putting electronics on chainsaws and stuff now to automatically adjust. Weed eaters ain't come out long yet. So I recommend y'all learn how to actually work on something instead of being butthurt. And I'm talking to that one little kid, I don't know how old he is. The one that was raging against it. Oh, it's so embarrassing somebody would act like a child. Especially if you're so biased to one brand. Like I used to be biased to Stihl, but as you can see, it's Husqvarna now. But I'll play with any brand, I don't care. I'll take all. I like to have Red Max, which Red Max Husqvarna is the same company, so that's why I don't have many Red Max products. Because the same freaking company. Yes, they have their own identity and handles and blah, blah, blah. Technically, Red Max now, where Husqvarna I bought Jonesrid, which overseas they call it Honderid or something. Honderid. We call it Jonesrid here. Now Red Max is identical to Jonesrid and Husqvarna, so they got a mix. Have y'all noticed that? It's a mix. They've kind of, like the weed eaters are Red Max, the chainsaws are Honderid or Husqvarna, because Red Max was never known for chainsaws. And then leaf blowers, most of them's Red Max with Husqvarna label on them. It's so crazy how they have integrated Jonesrid, Husqvarna, and Red Max into one superpower. So they definitely own the weed eater market. If y'all don't, 525 LST, if you want a weed eater recommendation, watch my other videos. Leaf blowers, they all all the brands, top brands have good leaf blowers, I've noticed. The larger CC 2-strokes have less problems, and you run them wide open. Like a weed eater, people don't run them wide open for one. So carbon builds up in exhaust. Stihl 94R is the worst weed eater in the world for carbon buildup. You'll have to take it off, clean it all the time. Been there, done that 100,000 times. My 94R Stihl's broke down again. I just fixed it. Took it, weed eater with it, and the whole mother fricker's shaking. I'm like, God. So I'm gonna fix it, don't worry. Anyway, I recommend whatever dealer you have. I'm less biased on chainsaws than I am weed eaters. Weed eaters is Husqvarna all day. All day! Chainsaws, I like them. I know it's hard to compare. You know, you can compare that one and that one, just more power. And I'm going to go with Husqvarna because of that whine, and it's just better than Echo. Echo's almost there. This is an older model. I don't have a new Echo, so don't start saying, you need the new Echo. Echo. No crap, Sherlock. I know I need a newer Echo. Duh. Whew. People invent comments if you don't agree with what they say. If y'all notice that, like, they'll come to a review video, and if you don't agree with their brand, you are a piece of, you know what, idiot, trash bag, dirt hole that don't deserve to breathe. And I'm like, you know you don't own these brands, right? If you identify as Husqvarna, they should be paying you. If they ain't paying you, shut your hole. You know what I'm saying? You could say, I prefer this. I like when y'all post them comments because it's cool. You prefer what you want. I'm all for you. I'll take any of these. I just have my preference. They're all, the two-stroke engines are so simplistic, and the Walbro and stuff makes the freaking ignition coils and the carbs, so you're buying a freaking jug and a piston and stuff that who knows where most of them parts come from. So you're not really... Husqvarna has the X-Torque engine. You could Google it to see how it reduces emissions. That's Red Max started that and sold them to... The reason it kicked off, the Strato charge kicked off, was because Stihl bought a bunch of them for the FS85. The legendary best Stihl ever made had a Red Max engine in it. Look at it and you'll see a spark plug on the angle on the side of the trimmer. You know how Red Max and Echo does? Yeah, that tells you that's the Japanese Stihl. I got a Japanese Stihl too that has the spark plug in the middle and it has made in Japan written all over it. Wonder who made that. Red Max makes more stuff than y'all. How do y'all think they stay in business and Husqvarna bought them? They make paddles and all these combi system crap. That's all Red Max. The commercial stuff, it ain't Stihl and all that. Stihl puts their parts in some of them, but the paddles, it's Red Max. Made in Japan. Start looking at this stuff. Who cares? If it works, it works. Don't worry about it. Awesome awesome chainsaws. When I get to the land, I will put up some logs and I will because I watch YouTubers do that all the time, and I've been wanting to do that. I just don't have a place to do it in a subdivision. If I go to my other compound, I'm not there long enough to do it. So I'm not setting it up at my other property either. So the other property, you'll see a video about that place too, because I did a lot of work. And that's where I took these chainsaws, and I'll show you what I did. All right. But anyway, seriously, I'm being serious. If you like Echo, buy an Echo, Stihl or Husqvarna. Their chainsaws are great. 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 Find you a good dealer, whoever's the best dealer. But I prefer Husqvarna over, well, on chainsaws, I don't know, man. That's a joke. The only thing I prefer over Husqvarna is backpack blower. I prefer the 770T Echo over the Husqvarna 580 BTS. The 580 is way more powerful, but the 580s is in the spitting image of the Red Max because they own Red Max, and it's got too much vibration in the back. It's not that bad compared to that 770T. Way more. Gosh, I've talked 20 minutes. I ain't gonna edit this either. I'm just gonna let it run. If y'all like this kind of stuff, let me know, because I'll be back. I'm gonna review some of the combi attachments for the Husqvarna combi system, because I've never done that either, and I've got brand new ones sitting right. You might be able to see that cultivator right there. Brand new. I got the MTD cultivator too. I could do a heads to head. I don't know. Peace and chicken grease.